Hey YouTubers, Rob here for another C64 game. This time it's Battle Valley, a 1988 release by Racket. It's actually an interesting little shooter. I originally got this on the same issue of Commodore format that I had Sensitive on, which I looked at a little while ago. And it was one of the cases where the instructions weren't great. They basically didn't use the original instructions, so it was pretty much had no explanation of what was going on in the game. So this is a game I played a bit back then trying to work it out, never got anywhere, and it wasn't until I found another play video on the net that I actually understood how the game worked. So I'll dive in and have a play. It's actually kind of good fun. A little frustrating, but we'll go in. Pretty much fairly simple options. Single or multiplayer, you know, alternating turns. The alternating turns setup, music, toggle, and double fire mode is a bit of a control thing. I'm not a fan of it. So dive in. The basic idea is that you're a task force that needs to disarm 2 missiles. They've been taken over by terrorists, and they've now got 30 minutes to stop them before they're launched and cause World War III. So the idea is you have this task force of a helicopter and a tank. I don't know if they were a little into silkworm. And you need to use them to commandeer 6 bases, three positions to the left of your home base and 3 to the right, and then ultimately take the missiles themselves. So the idea is you use the helicopter is used to fix bridges that are blocked around, and you use the tank to actually take over the bases. When you die, you lose 5 minutes, and you also gain 5 minutes when you secure a base. Control-wise, you know, standard joystick port 2 to move. The tank's turret can move up and down. You use the function keys to control your flight speed or driving speed. And space or double fire if you turn that option on to stop moving. Apologies for the jumps there. I've been having a bunch of recording. So you just pass the bridge. Now. So all we need to do is stop over this building, lower the winch, F1 and F3 keys in the helicopter for that, and this is where it gets fiddly. Problem is you need to winch that and you need to winch the right part of the building for it to work, and this is where the game gets a little frustrating because you have this time pressure, but you also have this pixel level accuracy. Oops. And then I just destroy myself by winching it too high. This is going terribly. Much terribly. So you see, by the fact is we've died twice, and we've lost another 10 minutes for that, even though we haven't been playing that long. So you can sort of see where the challenge comes from. Yeah. At least this time, good. So we've got our bridge piece. We land over the bridge, and we put it in place. Bridge in place. We now need to fly back and grab the tank. And now we can get the tank to drive the tank to the first base to secure. So what I like is, you know, it's not one hit kill. You know, you get hit and you take damage, and it's just a case of surviving as long as you can. Home base. And we switch to the tank. So the big thing in this tank is that, unlike the helicopter, you can actually rearm it at the ammo dump that you'd see that you would have seen me fly by it. So I can refuel that ammo dump. Unfortunately, can't repair. I can see we go over the bridge. So each successive base gets... I really want to at least pull one base out. This is where this game gets insanely challenging. Yeah, I've sort of been unsure, you know, what the right strategies do you... Like, I tend to sort of prefer just saving the tank for this final run and just trying to do it as fast as possible. As that way, you're not exposed properly for any length of time. But it is helpful that anything you have destroyed doesn't respawn when you do start a new life. And I do like the fact that rather than lives, you are dealing with the clock. Coming close, yes. So here's the first base. We've now secured that, and we've gotten a bit of a time bonus, and, you know, resupply forces come. And everything's also been repaired, thankfully, and rearmed. And now we move on to the next base. It has to be, I have to admit, alright. I think that's the bridge it needs to be, So, I mean, one of these is, I like the inertia in the flight. Like, yeah, the helicopter doesn't just turn on a dime, it does actually have to decelerate when you... But, of course, that leads to the problem just with the, where you need this pixel precision to actually pick the pieces up. Which is the problem, which is the real thing I don't like with the game. Just from a pressure standpoint, you know, you have the pressure coming from the clock. Right, and you know, every mistake in terms of dying costs you time. And then to find that you have to also spend time like that to be really precise with picking things up is frustrating. I feel that the game would actually be a little better if you didn't have to be as accurate. But of course, you know, that could just be me being rubbish. Presentation-wise, you know, I've talked about the track mode being rather pretty. I really like the in-game graphics. Sound effects are solid as well. And there's a nice little game over sequence if you do fail. I've never actually been able to finish the game, so I don't know if there's what the victory ending is like. Yeah, and I really like, you know, the graphics are nice. You got some good 3-level parallax scrolling. Which always works well. Nice sprites that don't. And there's even one of the details I love is you look at the water. Like the water's actually the water actually had waves moving in both directions. So it's some nice little sort of additional graphic animation there. Alright. So here's the ammo dump. We'll quickly refill. Each of those little blobs gives you another 10 rounds. Unfortunately, it doesn't repair you. Just, you know, frustrating when in the field, you know, as I am now in critical condition, that it becomes a bit of a challenge. Ah, curses. Okay, now down to 5 minutes, which means if I don't get to the next base, it'll be game over. As we got 5 minutes on the clock, and when you died and there's less than 5 minutes left, game over. I always thought that, you know, you also failed as soon as the clock reached 0, but it turned out very weirdly when I was playing earlier, in the earlier attempts to record, that if I ran out of time but was still alive, that I seemed to be able to able to continue playing. It wasn't until I actually died that the clock, the game over sequence began. Base number 2. And there's another 5 minutes on the clock. And you sort of see, you know, the formula for base 2 got a lot more interesting because of the nature of things. So we'll probably do a mixture of ground and air clearing. And the idea is you really need to use both vehicles to sort of clear the way. And I think that's probably the only way we're going to even survive to get to this third base. Oh. Okay, that's no good. And so, all in all, what do I think exactly? I mean, as I said, I think it's a fun shooter. I mean, my only real complaint is the pixel perfect accuracy needed for dealing with the pieces. There's definitely a lot of challenge in terms of difficulty. Like, you can sort of see they do get very, very treacherous. And I think I'm done for now because we've got a lot of... Game over. And with that, now the apocalypse has happened. So that's Battle Valley. Like I said, I kind of like it, but it's still pretty darn tough, as you'd expect from game this year. It does nice, fun little things. We'll go to the high score table, and that's pretty much a wrap. I hope you enjoyed this. Look forward to bringing you another game soon. As usual, if you like the video, do give us a thumbs up. Yeah, spread the word. If you're interested in seeing more, subscribe to the channel. You know, there's another series that I finished at the end of last year that has a bunch of episodes in. I'll hopefully bring you some more soon. Thanks.